Hey YouTube, welcome to another video. 5 things that will help you work with models and acting. And this is very important, especially for stock video. If you want to bring your videos to another level, you need to learn to work with models. Also, it's important for corporate or any other kind of video you might shoot with people in it. It's important to learn how to work with people and help direct people in the video that you are shooting. Now, I'm going to get right down to it. Number 1 is their needs. Now, when you hire a model to work for you or when you're working with an actor, they're intimidated just as much as you're intimidated, if not more. So they come in very self-conscious. And one of the things that happened to me is I remember I hired a model for a fitness shoot at a gym, and I was running her through all the machines, and I was happy, man. I was in my zone. I was getting the shots. And I remember about 30 minutes into the shoot, she looked at me with this bewildered look and said, "Is it okay if I get a drink and use the bathroom?" Of course it is. But the thing is that I was so focused on what I wanted to get and be in the zone that I forgot about the model's needs. So one of the first things you need to think about when you hire somebody is what are their needs as you're working with them, and this will also help create a better relationship between you and the actor or the model. So, think about your model needing to take a break to get a drink or to rest or to just take a mental break if you've really pushed them through a hard sequence. Keep that in mind. It will make your shoot go a little bit further because if you're focused on the needs of the other person, it's also going to help you relax when you start working with models. Now, the next thing is really important, and I call it emotions. And where I see a lot of people go wrong is they'll look at a model or an actress or an actor and say, act happy. Well, do you know how many levels of happy there are? I mean, there's the I won the lottery happy, there's the I'm kind of happy. There's so many levels. And so if you want your model to act a certain way, then you need to describe how you want that action to be, or better yet, demonstrate it yourself to the model of what you want them to do. Give them enough to work with so they know and can produce for you what you want from them. Don't just give them generic words, act happy, act intense, flex some muscle, jump. All that is very, very random, it just doesn't direct the person. And they become frustrated because they don't know if they're performing to the level that you want them to or not, because you really haven't given them the direction in which they need to go for their acting. And so remember, what emotions? How deep do you need the emotions? What expressions do you want? The more information you give on this, the better your clip will be. Next, give them something to do. A lot of times when you're starting out on stock, you're intimidated, the model's intimidated, but if you set up a shoot that actually fits what the model is interested in, and that's why you want to pick models that work for the genre of shoot that you're doing. So, you don't want to necessarily pick a chef to be a swimmer. You want to pick a swimmer to be a swimmer. Of course, the chef could be a swimmer on his part-time, but you need to find models that's going to work with what you're picking there. And then when you give them something to do, especially if they're comfortable in their element, then you just have them do it while you film it. And this will take pressure off of you and pressure off of them. So this will reduce the directing skills that you need to have when you give them a task to do or something to do in the video that they are comfortable doing. So that's why it's also important to help to know what your model is comfortable doing and what their skill sets are. And this will also help you increase the quality of your footage or your video that you are shooting. Next is praise their efforts. It's just the same as me forgetting that my model needed to take a break. When an actor or a model or an actress does something that is really good, you need to make sure and praise them for it. You need to say, "Hey man, that was awesome. That was just really awesome. Can you do it again so I can get another angle?" Just fantastic. I love the way you look. The look is great. Can you make an adjustment here or there? Always, if you want something, add some praise with it so the model can start to feel comfortable with you and know that they're on the right track. You know, and even if you have a situation where the model's not performing or up to your standard that you really want, sometimes when you give a little bit of praise, it will go ahead and raise them up to another level and you'll get exactly what you want from them. So don't hesitate to give your model some praise as they're going through their sequence of what you want them to do. Another thing that I want to say is keep it short. In other words, when you go out to have a model shoot, you need to have in mind what you want, get what you want, keep it short enough that you can have a comfortable relationship. Don't hire a model for 3 hours and just try to get everything out of them you can get. It doesn't work. So hire in sections of what you want the model to do. You can pay per hour, you can pay per job. I get a question a lot of how much do I pay a model? And generally I pay 20 bucks an hour and up. It just depends on what I'm shooting and where I got the model from. Was it from an agency? Was it from Model Mayhem, which you can look up online, modelmayhem.com. You can hire models from there. Is it a family member? Is it my kids and they just want some ice cream? So how you pay models is varied somewhat where you live. But you know, if you want good performance, then you need to pay your models usually something up front. And you know, $20 to $30 an hour is a nice starting point for a model that doesn't have a lot of experience. You know, I've paid up to $75 an hour for a model. I think even more than that for a few of them. And it did pay off. So, you know, that's a great way to reinvest the money that you're earning from stock, is to put it back into hiring models and then setting up shoots. Also, a good thing about when you hire models is you're putting out the money, so you're more apt to make a shot list and nail exactly what you want to nail, and this is going to increase your production value quite a bit. I hope these tips were helpful. You know, I'm going to run through it again. Think about their needs. Think about the emotions and what you want them to do. Be specific about it. Give them something to do. Give them an action to do. Praise their efforts. You know, lift them up. Give them pointers, but always praise their efforts. And keep it short. Don't extend your shoot time 2 to 3 hours unless you really know this model and they know what it entails. I would highly suggest a half hour to an hour shoot for about any stock you need to produce. I have done longer shoots in the hospitals and stuff because it took longer to set up and vice versa, but you need to make sure you communicate that up front. You know, I hope this video was helpful. I have a great series of videos that I'm now producing on what clips have sold for me in stock and what has flopped for me. I call it the winner and loser series, so don't hesitate to check that out on my channel. And if you have any questions about videos that you would like to see in the future with information, please don't hesitate to comment below. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate it if you do. The goal for me is to provide high quality for you, not just entertainment, but quality and entertainment, so that you will come to this channel and enjoy this channel and actually build out a community from this channel. So I appreciate it, and we will see you in the next video.